So my friends at NVE Off-Road have sent me some headlights, the NVE Phantom headlights. I think they look really sick, and we're going to install them in a second. But if you want a pair of these headlights, they're available from GTA Jeeps in Canada. So there'll be a link in the description box below for a link if you want to get them for yourself. But now we're going to stop with the chatter and get with the install. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I just got a package from NVE Off-Road, and these are their new NVE Phantom headlights. And I'm pretty excited because I'm tired of my headlights. Let's go ahead and unbox. It comes with a sticker, I'll be using that later, a brochure with a line of their products, one headlight, some converters, H4 to H13. This is really awesome. They already provide this for you. Keychain, another headlight, as well as some extra wire, which is really cool. So they included lots of stuff, and usually headlights are a plug-and-play type of install, so it's really simple and straightforward. So let's go ahead and get right into it and knock this out. So the first step is to open up the hood and take off the grille. So these pins that hold in the grille are really simple to take off. There's 6 of them. You're just going to get a flathead screwdriver and pry at the top piece, and now you see it's kind of separated, and now you can take it out. So let's do the same for the other 6. Now once those pins are out, you can bend the grille forward and just kind of pull it out just like that. Don't forget to pull out your turn signals, or just disconnect it from the harness like I'm doing. So to take off the stock headlight, it's fairly simple. You need a T15 driver and just unscrew the 4 screws out. Corners 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure you don't lose these screws. When you're doing the last one, you want to put your hand up here to support the headlight so it doesn't fall out. You can take out that last screw, and now the whole headlight assembly comes out. Set this on the bumper for now. Now you want to go ahead and undo the harness. So you just want to push up on this red tab and eject the headlight. Now you won't need any of this except for the bezel. This setup is actually an aftermarket LED setup, but the stock is pretty much the same exact way. Push up on the red tab and then push down, and it will release the harness. Doesn't matter if it's LED or it's the stock. So now you just want to get the H4 to H13 converter here, and it's just an adapter. You push it in, and sometimes the aftermarket solutions don't really click into place, and what you can do is get a little pick or something like a screwdriver and push up on this tab and make sure that it's secure, and then slide the red tab down. So once you plug in your headlight to the adapter here and to the harness, you'll see another red wire here. Now this lights up this middle bar right here, and you want to wire this up to this middle wire of where it plugs into your turn signals. And I'll show you guys how to do that right now. So you just want to get your wire strippers, strip it out where your turn signal plugs in right here, and the middle wire is the wire you want to cut away some of this sheathing from. This black wire is your ground. This wire is for the blinker. So how I remove some of the sheathing off is I get my wire strippers here. And I just strip both sides to make sure I pull off the sheathing off both sides like that. So I just got my wire strippers and cut the sheathing off. And of course you could do this with a knife. Now I like to get some scissors and just cut the sheathing off. Alright, now once you get that sheathing off, you have exposed wire here. Now I just have some of the wire that they provided to us. This is 18 gauge wire, which is pretty much good for any single light application. Now I'm going to go ahead and strip off both sides. And now you want to get one end of your wire and wrap it around the wire that we just stripped. just like that. And now heat up the soldering iron. Now of course you can just connect it like this or use a tap style connector, but I want to solder it so it's more permanent and it's more reliable. So I got my soldering iron heating up here, and in the meanwhile I'm going to go ahead and get this end of my red wire, kind of keep it from fraying right there. And now I want to go ahead and put a male style connector on it. So now I'm going to put a male connector on here. Of course you can just attach your wire that you just wired up to your turn signal right here and just put them all together like that and be a done day. But I want it to be disconnectable just in case I need to disconnect and pull away my headlight. I can just quickly disconnect with the male and a female style connector. If you guys have been watching the videos for a while, you know I love to use these male and female connectors. So first I want to slide on some heat shrink. It's easy to forget this when you're wiring heat shrink. But anyway, so you put that like that. Get your crimp style male connector. Perfect. Crimp that together, slide over my heat shrink. Okay. Now my soldering iron is hot. So now you just want to set the iron under the wire to get that wire nice and warm. And then you just want to melt in your solder into that connection right there. And that'll do. Just let go. Let that cool off. And then you just want to wiggle your wires to make sure it's a good connection. You shouldn't be able to slide or move around. Now, once you soldered that and everything is nice and cool, you want to get some electrical tape and cover up this wiring. Of course, you could use some liquid electrical tape, which will work a little bit easier, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use some tape. So you just want to cover up the exposed wires. That'll do. Just going to make sure I tuck all this wire back into the loom here. Just keep everything protected. So now you want to go ahead and address this other end of the wire. Put your heat shrink on so you can use that female connector. Get your female connector. Put it on like that, and then crimp it down. Okay, that should do. Give it a little tug to make sure it's tight. So now you want to get that wire that we just soldered together and kind of add an extension to the turn signal under the housing here and through. And now you can just go ahead and make the connection. Perfect, just like that. Now we can go ahead and tuck the rest of the wires back through here. So now you'll notice these 3 tabs on the back of your headlight, and that'll line up with the 3 holes in the housing itself. Make sure those wires are out of the way. And it only lines up one way, like that. However, if you want to make your Jeep look mean, or kind of point them up, or even put them sideways, you can do that. You just need to cut out little notches in the housing here. But I'm just going to use it like this for now, because that looks pretty good to me. Now once this is in place, you want to get the bezel from your original headlight and just screw it back in with those T15 screws. To be honest, I don't like the chrome look of this, so I'm going to give it a coat of paint first. So after a few coats of paint, I ended up with the black, matte black bezel. Looks really good. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get those T15 screws. And screw them in and secure the headlight. So now you just want to get your grill and reassemble everything. So once you get everything put back together, you want to make sure you wait till it's nighttime and properly adjust your headlights. You want to make sure you realign your headlights so you don't blind anybody on the road and potentially cause an accident. Alright, that will be the end of the install. Today we said goodbye to our stock LED faded housings and said hello to the future, which is LED headlights. Really awesome. Special thank you to NVE Off-Road for sponsoring this video and sending me out those headlights. Go ahead and check them out in the link below. So if you like the video, like it, comment below what headlights you run. If you want to run these, if you have any other questions, I'll answer them in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.